It's weird, but this used car that we really liked, we talked to the salesman, negotiated a price. Once we negotiated a price, he says, hold on a minute, I got to get approval from the boss on this price. So we get approval from the boss. We ask the salesman, so who do we make the cashier's check out to? This same salesman sends us a photocopy of his ID saying to make the check out to him. He later comes back and says, you can pay cash too. We have a counting machine here.
I sent something not right here.
I sense something's not right here too. Is he the salesman or is he the owner?
Maybe he is a scammer.
Well, as some of you know, we decided to buy a car. And there's a reason why we decided to buy a car. We're going to be moving away from the Bangkok area. And we're going to miss this park and a lot of the conveniences that come with living in Bangkok. In Bangkok, you really don't need a car because most things are close enough for you to walk to get to. And you have the convenience of the BTS, the MRT, and a lot of ride shares that you can choose from. So we're moving further south, away from all of the action, get to a slower pace of life. So we're going to need a car for a lot of things, groceries, to get things from going to the mall, places that are further away that you don't feel comfortable walking to or just too far to walk to. So after some debate, we looked at two different choices we had, new or used. There's advantages and disadvantages to both. The advantages to a new car is you know the history of the car. However, the disadvantage is the price is going to be a lot more. And a used car, there's advantage to you're not so concerned about little dings and scratches as you drive. And you don't worry too much about a lot of things concerning the car if it's a reliable car. And also, it comes at a lower price. However, the downside is you don't know the history of that car. And as Nani has mentioned to me, some cars have been in floods.
Yeah.
Some cars, they roll back the odometer to show fewer kilometers on the vehicle. So you have to be aware of those things. So if you're going to get a used car, get one from a reputable dealer. And speaking of dealers, we had a little experience as we started out looking first at used cars. We checked this one lot where it was a huge lot, and they had several different dealers operating, used car dealers operating out of this lot. And tucked way in the back, after we had searched all the other dealers in the lot, we checked out this one area back there in the back. We saw this car that was in really great shape. And we talked to the salesman, and it was a 2024 Toyota Yaris Cross. And we liked it because it was just the right size for us, the Cross was. So we took it for a test ride. First, the guy wanted us to test ride it in the lot. I'm thinking, wait a minute, all these speed bumps and there's no long stretch for you to really get to a decent speed in the car to see how it handles. So he put a plate on it and we took it out on the street and drove it for a little ways and brought it back, and we liked the car. We looked at the odometer showed only 6,000 kilometers. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, 6,000 kilometers on a 2024? And so we checked the vehicle through and through, the engine bay, everything underneath it and everything around it, the brakes, everything. And it looked like it had very few miles on it. So we decided we liked the car. And so, but I didn't want to pay the initial price. The initial price was $699 for that car, 699,000 baht.
Yes.
And I didn't want to pay that. I said, well, let me get a deal here some kind of way. Because I know that usually there's a deal in there somewhere you can work through. So we got the guy down to 659, 40,000 baht off that price.
Yes.
And so we agreed upon that. Then the guy says, hold on a minute, I got to go check with my boss to get approval on this. So he gets approval on it, and we say to the same salesman, so who do we make the cashier's check out to? And this guy sends us a photocopy of his ID.
Yes.
And he says, you can make it out to me. And we say, wait a minute, are you the salesman or are you the owner? And it led to some suspicion. Then he says, he seems like he wanted us to pay cash.
Yeah, he want we pay cash before he said it's the cashier check is the hard to go to the bank. Is you can pay cash. We have the machine to counting money. Don't worry.
So that seemed a little weird to us. I'm not paying 659,000 cash to anybody for anything. No, I want to have proof that I paid, because that, without the proof, you've got no recourse. If this guy disappears the next day and we don't get the car, or if something's wrong with it and we can't get the car registered, then we're stuck. We're stuck with zero. So we decided not to deal with that. Then after some thought, we decided we're going to go with a new car because that's the safest route to go. You go to a reputable dealership, you can get a new car. So we decided to get a new car. So we checked around a few different places. We came to this one dealer and we saw this Toyota Yaris Cross there. We had checked a lot of different cars in terms of what we really wanted, and that seemed like the right car for us. It was just the right size. The Corolla Cross was a little bit bigger. It was a nice car, but it was in some of these side streets in Thailand are very narrow, and so you don't want to deal with anything bigger than you have to. So this Yaris Cross was the right size for us. So after we located the car that we wanted at the dealership, and we checked around in the color that we wanted, because they had about 4 different colors. So we checked around, we got the color we wanted, and so the dealer gives us a list of the items that you need to buy the car if you're a foreigner.
Yes.
And you need a driver's license, passport, residency, proof of residency, and also you needed a work permit. Well, the type of visa I have, it covers the work permit thing of it. So we only needed 3 things. And I had the passport and the visa. So we needed to get the proof of residency.
Yes.
So the dealer tells us, hey, go down to immigration and get the proof of residency. They can do it for you there. We get down to immigration, wait in line, get to our number, the queue, and they tell us, excuse me, they tell us, we don't do that here. And I'm thinking, well, you don't do it in immigration? Where do you do it at? So the guy gives us a location out near you.
Yes, from the website he show immigration at Jang Watana Nonthaburi is far away, but actually I think maybe you have is near because you have the LTR visa service.
Yeah, so Nani suggested to me, hey, why don't we check with BOI and see what they can do for us, the Board of Investment. They're the ones who issue the visa. So go down there to BOI. Well, first I called them because I didn't want to make another blank trip. We had taken a boat down there to immigration. That was a waste of money. So come all the way back home and I make a phone call because I was a little bit upset. I'm thinking, I got to travel that far. Why can't Bangkok, a big city, handle that? They should be able to handle their own affairs in a big city. So I was right. So I contacted the BOI here in Bangkok, and they said, sure, we do that for you, proof of residency. So we get another boat, go all the way back down at almost the same location.
Yes.
Very close to the same location. And wait through the line, and we get the paperwork, fills it out, and submit it. I'm thinking, we're going to get this back right away, and we'll be on our way. So the woman says, after she got the paperwork, she says, okay, you'll get your proof of residency back in 2 weeks.
Yes.
And I'm like, 2 weeks? Buying a car is time sensitive, you know, things like that, they can't wait 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So Nani spoke to her in Thai and told her.
And I tell her I hurry to get the car, then can you help me to get this certificate? She said to me, I will give you luxury treatment, you just spend 500 baht for this, and we cannot give the receipt for you. And she said to me, go around on that corner on the left side, you will see the last channel is complete for you.
That seemed like some backdoor stuff to me. I mean, I never heard of government operating like that, but she told us to go down to the last one around the corner and pay 500 baht cash. No, you had to pay cash. You can't pay a card with a scan or none of that. Pay cash. And she said, bring the paperwork back to me. So I bring the paperwork back to her. Again, no receipt down on the other end, mind you, for the money I just gave. We come back to her. She says, okay, come back and see me in 1 hour. I'll have your paperwork for you.
Yes.
I'm thinking, what kind of stuff is this? However, only thing I was concerned with right then was getting a legitimate form document showing that I had residency here. So she gave me the legitimate form, stamped and everything. And so we go back to the dealership looking for cars. So now we've armed with everything we need. So you're in a position at this point to discuss a price. So we talk with the dealer, and I know that they stick pretty close to the price, the asking price, the sticker price.
Yes.
But Nani and I negotiated the price down a bit. Had some back and forth with the guy. The salesman, he seemed like a really good, honest guy, and he really did make a phone call to his boss in front of us. I mean, I don't know if it was just window dressing or what, but it seemed like it was legit. And so we got the price for a new car, a new Toyota Cross, down from, what was it, 859,
1,000 baht.
859,000 baht, down to 820. And that was a good deal for me. I said to myself, this is not far, not that much more than we pay for a used one.
Yeah, but include everything free with the blue book ด้วย
Yeah, and there's a number of things that you get here that's included with the car that you don't get in the West, included in buying a new car. I mean, first of all, taxes is already into the price.
Yeah.
You, in the U.S. or in other Western countries, you get tax put on after the price. And so here the taxes are, so there's no surprises there. Then you get a number of perks with it. You get window tinting, which is necessary here. And they give you your choice of shades. You know, you can go 60%, you can go 20%, you can go 40%, you can go 80%. You know, so we didn't want the front windshield too dark, so we got that a little bit lighter than the side windows. So after we agreed upon that, they give you your paint protection.
Yeah.
They give you
Insurance, first class.
insurance, first class insurance. U.S., especially Michigan, they're not even talking insurance with you because they don't want you to know how much you're going to pay for insurance there. That's the highest state in the nation. That's where I come from. It's the highest insurance state for automobiles in the nation. And believe you me, they get a quart of blood from you every month. So they pay for 1 year insurance for you, which is a good deal there because you get the first class insurance, which is nice. So there's so many perks you get with that. And those things are important. They add to the full sale experience. You know, here in Thailand, when you first buy a car, you get a red plate on the car. And that denotes that it's new and that it has limitations to it though also. You know, you're not supposed to drive at night with that plate, and you're not supposed to go outside of your province with that plate unless it's noted. And most people don't want that restriction. Most of us are grown. We want to be able to do what we want to do when we want to do it. However, some people keep the red plate.
Yes, some people keep the year almostแบบthe year because they like to show off. I buy new car.
So I guess there's a way that they flex their wealth differently over here. They want to show the world that they've bought a new car. For me, for us together, it was not as important to show off a red plate. I'd rather have the freedom of the white license plate versus the red license plate. And so the thing is, though, most cases you're going to wait up to 28 days to get that white license plate. You pay a little extra for that. Yeah. And so I did that. I opted for that. However, a buddy of mine called me or messaged me later and said, hey, why don't you go back and get the white plate? All you have to do is pay an extra $500, kind of like the situation we had at BOI.
Yeah.
Pay an extra $500 and they will give you the white plate within 5 days. I thought about it, 500 baht is not a lot. I could have done that, but I said, you know what, I'm in no hurry. There's no sense in dealing with that. I'm just gonna go ahead and let things roll the way they do. But then they say to us at the dealership, we need your passport to hold on to that for the 28 days till we get the new plate. I said, wait a minute. Passport, being a foreigner in another country, you need your passport. And you feel insecure without it. That's your most major form of identification. And you may need it during that time. Plus, over a 28-day period of time, a lot of things can happen.
Yes.
And heaven forbid your passport fall into the wrong hands during that time frame. Your life could become hell. So I said, no, I'll tell you what you do. Here's my number. Give me a call a day beforehand or send me a message online a day beforehand. And I will meet you at the Department of Land Motor Vehicles. Yes. I will meet you there. That's where they go to get the license plate and get everything documented. Mm-hmm. Once things are documented, you get the blue book for your car. And this blue book stays with the car for the life of the car. Yes. That tells the list of owners and any major work that's been done to the car. Yes. I think that's a pretty good idea. Maybe U.S. should do that. However, I don't know if people in the U.S. would abide by that things might get lost allegedly, or people just not are as careful about documents like that. Some people. So that's a good thing that stays with the car. Also, they give you other things that stay with the car too, like a vehicle maintenance record book, where you maintain all the records of the maintenance that's been done to the car. You also get when you have the red plate, they give you a brown book that lets the police know if you get stopped, okay, this is a legitimate plate. This is not a fake plate, and it tells where the plate belongs, which dealership it came from, that type of thing. So they keep that on record. So there's a number of things that come with a car that are supposed to stay with the life of the car. I think that's a good idea. That way you don't have any complications later, and it's always easier to trace the history of the car that way. But all in all, we're pretty satisfied with our choice in vehicles. We took delivery of the car. You'll see photos of that, and we're enjoying it. So we're looking forward to our move, which is up and coming, and we're really happy about it all.
Yes.
So any last words?
Okay, thanks for watching, and please subscribe, like and share this video. We will have the new idea, new information, new video in Thailand. ขอบคุณค่ะ
ขอบคุณครับ